Alright, I'm using a 5-period moving average on this is the so-called cloud system. It's just a histogram of price. Somebody asked me what the settings I'm using. So I use simple moving average. And I've got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't leave anything out. And the 1 is just smoothing the highs into the close. But I'm using the close as my switch. And I'm using a 3-period RSI as my signal line, or my divergences, so to speak. And typically that's going to happen at new lows or new highs. So the first criteria is going to be, what kind of trade is this going to be? Right now this is called catch a falling knife. Buying on limits as the market drips down into the opening of Europe. So either I'm going to be right or wrong about the trade. We're drifting down. I don't feel like babysitting this. I've seen this dripping all night since market open. And I just want to build a big enough position. And if I'm inside of forex, I can build it in micro lots up to 300K. Pretty much standard lot to 300K would be ideal tonight. Drops down and then retraces, and we scalp out of it, and then we want to take something off the table here. If the market should smash down and do a dead cat bounce, we want to take a nice chunk of that. So this will be a trade that we get involved in because we just literally placed buy limits down there because somebody said buy low, sell high. So we just put a plethora of tickets in. Now this is really a controversial thing for people to imagine, but we're just going to canvass the neighborhood, leave a note on every door, kind of thing, and kind of like you know, people that go door to door selling Bibles and stuff. So this is one style of trading that does not involve you having to be there for the trade. So it's passive execution, or passive asking to be executed, asking to be killed. When I heard execution in the market, I did think at first that was kind of harsh, but you really are getting executed. And you're going to die. So you could die. This is risky. Trade, I forgot about the disclaimer. Sorry. Analyzing the market could be risky. Okay, I'm long here just by the sheer fact that I know that the market's coming down into my buy limits. Now, kind of passively watching the indicators and saying, oh yeah, that's in a downtrend. Oh yeah, I'm going to hear all about it. Why aren't you short? Okay, well, I'm not short because I'm not on that time frame. You know, I'm not going to be in that price pulse in that auction. To me, it's an auction market. You make new lows, people lose their fucking mind. People are selling into that from the panic of it, and supposedly the institutions are gobbling up all the retail guys that are selling into that. Well, it doesn't make any sense because they're making money. The idea that you can't make money because you're so-called retail. This is the idea that you can't write a hit song in your fucking garage. Now you could you write it in your bedroom now, a little warmer, but the thing is about that is that you could get it out to the public now. Now you could write songs in your bedroom all day long. When you're a kid, nobody would ever fucking know. So you could have some so-called genius writing amazing music. The only thing about the music that's amazing is it's unique, and the first time you hear it, if you're getting laid at the time, this would be having sex. If you'd be like, oh man, I got to hear that song again. Well, no shit. Okay, every time you might actually you drive off the road once you do the old attachment. So you have to kind of trade the demo account and blow it up, or not blow it up, or trade a lot, so you'd not ever have a fear of trading, of executing, of pulling the trigger, so to speak. But that was a big problem when I was starting, because that's why I want to see do the trading psychology, and Mark Douglas talks about the getting bit by a dog. It takes you about 100 dogs not to be afraid of getting bit by a dog. So the pain levels, whatever pain you're having, whatever loss you're having, will be embedded deeper than the pleasure that you have from making money. But, of course, the pleasure, the random outcome pleasure, has been known to be the other kind of weakness of people. They want the gambling is based on the random wins too. In other words, the randomness is the excitement. If you knew that you were going to win every fifth trade, it'd be like, okay, yeah, well, why lose these four? Of course, your mind immediately goes to, well, why losing any trades? I thought you knew what you're doing, which is completely ridiculous. So here I'm accepting the fact that I could be wrong up front. So placing all these tickets out in advance is saying, and I don't understand why ICT doesn't show his trading account in a continuous, like, why can't I go to the link and see his continually scrolling account? You can see mine. Now people will say, oh, look, you blew that account up. Yeah, okay, but I never took a withdrawal, and it's not real money. And what's your point? Like, where's your video on how to trade it more better? Like, where's your build back dumber shit? And all these cliches. I was watching this last video that Vinny did, and it's a student, sounds like he's from India. I was just dying with the accent there, trying to figure out what he's saying. But if you look at his notes, they're fucking retarded. Shit like, if it's 4:30, London Open starts at this time, and if the high of the day has not been taken out and it's a Tuesday, oh my God, this is completely harebrained shit. This is like saying I stood in my yard on the 28th of every month and I didn't see a spaceship land in the backyard. And God damn it, when I was on Reddit Q, or whatever the kids are saying these days, you young kids out there doing all these modern things. Like, do you think we haven't thought of that shit? You really think all people are stupid? Look at Biden's president. This he's got just enough cleverness and enough corruption. And his son's doing paintings that are like fucking bad songs that are being played in some garage somewhere. But because you're somebody. Now, you can go into any art gallery on the planet, dude. They sell the most expensive art, but you ask them point blank if you can sell your art there, and they'll say, who are you? And so that's the proof that art is bullshit too, in that sense, right? So everybody's an unfolding piece of bad art. Okay, everybody. It's a participation trophy. Everybody's going to get one here. So we're waiting for the markets to unfold into Europe. By the way, this is all about, I suppose, patience in this fact, but I could be sleeping right now. It wouldn't matter, right? I mean, if you're sleeping and the market's doing its thing, so to speak, this is kind of the hands-off, passive limit entry thing. Now, if it's 6 hours from now, and they're about to come out, and the U.S. market's about to open after Bitcoin was slaughtered by the COVID. Dude, there's pressure built up, and we know when the market caves into the void. And ICT's bragging about, oh, look at the call I made in Bitcoin. Dude, I was talking about the Bitcoin, the hysterics of Bitcoin at the ETF opening in the exchange in New York was the highest fucking price, dude. That's $20,000 ago. So he's bragging about this fucking call he made. He did not make that call. He takes down his videos. He takes down his comments. So the guy's like a real fucking sketchy, dodgy fuck, right? He puts shit up. He takes shit down. Like, who does that, right? Who takes shit up, puts it down, take it away, delete it, ban it. How do you trade, dude? Okay, we're getting a nice, we're going to get a retracement starting here. So I like the trade, even though I would rather buy at the market, have the market move when I pull the trigger, but that's not happening. Another thing I discovered is you can't force the market. So the market's going to come to me. I think the trick here in this kind of, it's like if you play pool, you know, and you lag for draw. So you lag for who's going to get to break the balls. The lag is because you're going to hit the ball and have it come off the rail, but just not too much, right? You want to hit the rail and come off it as slight as possible. Is lag for draw? Or maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while. So, and that's a lifestyle you don't ever want to fucking. If you care about your body, don't become a pool player, right? At least not the kind of the people, 9-ball people. It's very close to the fucking word 8-ball, okay? So the pool people, of course, gambling's, I'm sure, the same thing, man. There's drugs in every sport. But, you know, I can say the drinking game starts with... No, but you gotta wonder, man, why doesn't this guy just do a live stream right now? Like, he cannot put this fucking technology together? We're all dying. Like, this is like waiting to hear fucking Biden go, yeah, how about that fucking, how about the way I stole that shit, huh? Is that fucking, anybody want to try what I just did? That was in my basement, and now I'm like pulling the trigger on dumb shit ideas. Anybody want to try to compete with that? Okay, come on. We're waiting. So I did write some big fat tickets here for the high risk people. Actually, now with these tickets, I can trade the shit out of this account. Because before, when you pull the trigger on one case, you can only launch like 1,000 tickets in this broker, I think. That's a lot of tickets, 1,000, Jesus. Right? So I wrote some 4Ks, so I could drop these in a dense area, and they last for, I think I make them last for 8 hours. Maybe 6, but, so this is the other thing, is how long do they last? Now you gotta be able to accept the fact that you may lose on this trade. It's a very particular, it's just like, you're just going to buy low because it's low. But if it's down 100 pips, in another 8 hours, if it could drop 100 pips, would you place orders down there? Or would you buy, if this is your fib level, why don't you just place your orders on the fibs, right? If you think there's a 618 down there, so right now they're dropping deeper into my orders. I take on more margin now in a tighter area. These are all buy limits as this thing's tanking into the opening of Europe. This is the low of last week. I think that's probably Thursday. Jobs report. But it's okay because I want to buy this plunge. I want to get into another 50 to 200K. It's going to be a lot on this broker. So I put in these really dense 4Ks. I probably got about $2,000 of risk here. Okay, now they're crushing into them. But this is what we want. We want it to crush into my buy limits. And I'm sleeping now, supposedly, but I'm not. And I might buy at the market at the top of the hour if we're smashing down into these tickets. Okay, it's time to load some. So catching a falling knife like this, you want to get out in front of it. And you also want to go for the scalps combined with the swing trades, combined with the trend trades, well, kind of reversal trades, I guess. You know, tight stop, good ratio, a big retracement. Go for the next 10 pip drop here. I'm going to buy another standard lot, just can't spread out. I got these 4Ks up here. I know I do. I just made them up. I redid the Bitcoin. I made a 6K Bitcoin drop for 8 hours. For current volatility rates right now, the way the market's acting up, it's pretty crazy. Here's 6 hours, 4K. So this is approximately $28 to make $28 here. It's just a 3K. I'm sorry, it's just the 3 tickets. 4K on each drop there lasts for 6 hours. I mean, this is set it, forget it trading. And buying at the market on top of it, so at the top of the hour, if we are down, and I don't think we've got enough. Right now I'm in seven standard lots, I think, so I'm just going to let that go. And it will be in more. We'll get up to $1 million position here. That's, I don't, my account's not this big, so I'm not running at 7. I want to buy about another 50K if it drops here, but here it's going to be 28 to make 28, even though it says 28 to make 20 to make 28. I put the spread in that and the commissions. So 6 hours. We got 1 minute. We got 10 seconds left. I think it's going to spike down. We're going to get our fill. Okay. All right. Picked up a few more. Try to get this up to $1 million position. Right. It's going to take some crush here. Probably get down to about $7,000. Cost us another $400 to buy this plunge here. Boy, they just don't like that. I guess stop down to something, looks like. Okay, it's getting all frisky. There's the top of the hour. Expected to get all crazy here. Maybe rip down a little bit. Okay, so that's starting the new hour. 5 seconds in. Okay, it's going to be, here comes the 1 minute traders. It's just crushing down. Looks like it's going to spike down some more. So we'll sit back and take the heat, bring in some more limits will just automatically get filled. I mean, this is just, lug head trading style. So everything on this broker here is limit only. I did not pull the trigger at the market on the demo, but on my real money, I did pull the market. I did buy at the market to get the right size. And then the other one here, I'm just letting this fill because I never traded a 4K on a one drop, so everything in here is pretty heavy. That's the 1 minute chart. Here's the 15-minute chart. Fell in the hole. So we all knew that this was a long time ago. We knew that there was a double bottom here. So what we're going to do, we see a double bottom. We're going to buy everything below the double bottom and assume that this is going to be a trap trade. So that's the limit. The idea of buying on limits is we assume that it's going to be a goober trap, that they're going to trap people short. And I assume that back here also, because I'm still in these tickets, entry only listed. I assume everything below here was a buy, so I bought that. So I went pretty hard underwater. This is a 20 pip grid. I have 20 pip stops to make 28 pips. And I got one here that's 16 to make 20. So there should be more. As the account gets bigger, you figure, well, do you want to make 20 pips on your trades? And these are all just hard-coded targets, and it's about pips. You got to fit this into the chart. Where would that trade make sense? Well, if we can make it back to Asia's prices, the prices we saw before the big reset, so to speak. Here's opening of Asia. I guess you got a sell signal here if you want to sell every rally in blue. This is your criteria. Every rally in blue, you're a seller. You would have sold here. Well, it's opening as soon as the market opened in tonight. This is your obvious signal. You don't need any Fibonacci or any order block shit. This is just momentum, 5-period, simple moving average. Sell, sell. Right? Sell, sell, sell. At some point, right? It's not going to work out. Now, if you didn't sell here, for me, because I like to trade reversals, I just started buying below here. Buy, 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 buy. These are all limit orders. I'm pretty sure these are all limits. I did not cash out unless it was built into it to take 5 pips, which I don't think I have. Everything I'm running is 20 pips to make 28, 16 to make 20. It's about this. It's about this exact number. That's not right. This should be 7 by 7 because it's a 4K. 3 tickets in a 5 pip range. They last for 6 hours. You're buying into this. It's all predetermined on limits that last 6 hours. This is a 15-minute chart. This would have been your sell, sell, sell. You're loving it, right? You're sheer up on all these trades. At what point when are you going to take profits? When's the ride over? You know, this is the thing. When is it over? When do you go the other way on the shit? And did your divergence fail? Well, kind of, right? So you had divergence here on the 15, kind of, and then here's your reversal. You're selling because you're more overbought at a lower price. This is the other confluence. Bullshit. This is if you draw a line here, anytime the market gets to here, it's a sell. Look how this responds really more dynamically than price right now. This is so sensitive because of all this down math. Now we're coming out of the hole. People are going to scalp to here. Sellers are supposed to come in. Double bottom becomes the top on the 15. We're supposed to go down. Now, I posted this link to this guy doing a live. It was ridiculous. This guy was doing Hannah Forex kind of fantasy projections of their trade. It's just laughable shit, you know, like, yeah, the market's going to go like this, then it's going to go like this. Like, really? I guess so. It went like this and it went like this, but it didn't go like this. So you're fucked, right? Now we're coming off the mat. This is 5 minutes after. If the sellers can't come in here, I'm going to hold through this whole drama. If we come up to Asia's prices, which is way up here, we'll have made whatever pips. I'm looking to make 15 pips here. Back to the floor. Here is 15 pips to here. Right? We're in, we should make $1,000 by the time it is, by the time 3 o'clock comes. So in 2 hours, we want to make 15 pips in 2 hours. Or we want to make 20 pips in 2 hours. That's a pip a minute. I'm sorry, a pip every 10 minutes. This rate of change. And here's another secret. Triple reversals in the cloud blue. Okay, so this is a 15-minute chart. Not all of these trades are going to work, by the way. Still, more overbought. If you could code this thing, anybody know how to code RSI? Sell, sell. This is pretty simple math. I don't know why, you know, but this is what I learned. It was reversals, divergence. Like, here's divergence, but wow, is that thing, you know, that's crazy. And then here's a buy reversal, more oversold at a higher price. This is a 1, 2, 3 period reversal. But these wicks are what's going to kill you, because if you're going to buy this divergence into the reversal zone, buy this, the wick. But if you're babysitting it, yeah, you're gonna be on this. You're gonna buy here, right? That's a good trade for a bounce, and this is the sell reversal. Are we gonna get a reversal here? At some point, at some point, the market's going to drive in the other direction, and we're going to ride it that way. So this is only Monday, and all the markets are going to be freaking out near the end of the year in some kind of way. There's going to be some kind of run. The question is, are you on this run here exquisitely down, and then you cash out, and you walk away, you come back here and sell? On this system, you would. Okay, but you can also have your limits in here. All right, you can be waiting. You're waiting to get filled. This is the other thing you could do. So I'm looking at my phone right now, and coming back off the floor. We're not quite up on the account right now. I'm trying to make at least $600, which is less than half my margin usage. Whatever the margin I'm using, I figure I'm using other people's money if I'm trading on leverage. The whole point of this is that instead of trading, instead of coming up with $1 million and trading without leverage, we're riding the price fluctuations, even if it's inside this broker. That's the trade. You know, this is the off-Broadway kind of show. The fact that you're not in the market with zero spreads and you own the bank and all that stuff, I'm sure that that's a job into itself. But if you're just pulling the trigger, or you're dropping limits and canvassing the market in MT4, which is what I'm doing, you could do this across 200 brokers on the planet off this platform. I tried to run Ninja Trader, honestly did. And then they asked me all these questions like, are this going to be a live account? Or is it going to what? So I could trade NASDAQ in here with whatever, you know, I can write a NASDAQ market order or limits. I have both of those. So I don't see the need to go to this. I had a broker. I tried it called IG, I think, or something. Some piece of shit broker out of Chicago. But let's see what their platform looks like. And it said, you know, it sucks dick when it says shit like world-class trading platform. I'm like, in what world is this a high-class? This is the biggest piece of shit. Like, you couldn't even get it's running on the web as a browser. That's your platform. So I don't like the floating platforms like this. I remember you used to go to this one. It's $40 a month, and they wanted to charge $40 a month for like our software. So amazing. How you can't even pull the trigger on these trades. Okay, it's just there was when forex started, there was this. Oh, I can't remember the name of the charting software, but it was $40 a month. Okay, this thing was like, I'm like, yeah, okay. It looked pretty, I guess. And MT4 does look like some type of frame of an old building, but it's what you do with it, you know. It's how you design your indicators. So it's like a more crude, it's like DOS. And I like that world, I guess, because I'm old. But to me, it's just all you need. In a sense, now you do have dazzling. You can make some dazzling graphics out of anything, I suppose. I do like NetDania. If you've ever seen NetDania, and look at the forest chart. Explain that to me. Somebody can explain the forest chart to me. It's a German company, so maybe that's has to do with the forests over there. So we're waiting for the Europe to open. We're for retracement from all the punishment that's been dished out on the euro dollar. I'm going to buy this euro dollar by default. Pure limits. First cash out for everybody is going to be here for the scalpers. We come back to the double bottom. We're assuming that that's going to be the obvious exit, and the sellers are supposed to come in here, right, and take it down in this Hana Forex idealistic utopian move, which everybody. How many projections? Actually, I had an indicator also. Anybody likes to do these projections of like what could happen? I found an indicator that does projections, and it does draw this for you. It's in there. It's called F something, F.0. And I found this indicator for free, and it's kind of cute because you could set how many price pulses is it going to project, what could possibly happen, you know. And you're like, look at that thing. It's pretty damn close. Yeah, I can see that. It does it for you. It's hysterical. It does the whole story of price, how it's going to get to there from here. And, you know, the super bullish part of me is saying, yes, bang, bang, bong, boom. Like, you know, but it does go boom. It does happen. This is not like it doesn't happen. And your mind is attracted to these giant moves and says, yeah, remember when I went like that? Shit, if I was only in 40 standard lots when it was doing that drama. Of course, if it backs up 40 in a move like that, look at the wick over here. I'm surprised ICT didn't post this trade. This is another example of, you could have limits sitting up here. That's the limit style. And right now, okay, so here it is, 15 minutes. We just updated. The sellers are supposed to come in like clockwork, sell the market. It's a blue cloud. So you can't blindly, this is why robots fail. The robot should sell this every rally. You said sell every rally in the blue. I'm like, well, maybe not at 3 o'clock in the morning when at the moment this is going to be your line of scrimmage. The contest will be here. Now, this could be a trap. Would you sell in the 15 because it's blue the first rally? Because this may not be the best idea, right? Because now you could be, this could be the low of the day. And Europe's about to open. And did they auction it down too far? Is this too deep down? Are we too deep down in the market? Is this going to be really held right now? Another thing ICT could do to improve his reputation is to fucking trade the goddamn thing in real time, like I'm doing here, which is so boring, right? So it's take 31 minutes into this fucking thing. But I'll probably have to go back to sleep and stuff, so I don't sleep straight through. If I do, I'm going to get a bed sore, I think. I'm so old. So that's another big problem with being old. I can't keep up with these damn kids. So I'm on the Discord there, and people are just expecting a lot. And Discord has a certain discordance to it, apparently. People are expecting certain features. And I'm being accused of being a bad, all sorts of things. When you take the risk of streaming and talking about things, and people are calling me a bad discordant manager. I'm a bad Discord manager, and I'm also a bad. I just don't know how to Discord. But I thought it was Discord. If you look up the definition, I think it's uncorded. Like, it's not supposed to be harmonic. It's supposed to be disharmonic clusterfuck chaos. I think that it's kind of built into the name. I mean. And then people are complaining about, you just don't know how to manage it. And then one guy today was telling me, wow, this is all fucked here now. I'm like, compared to what? Like, dude, it never really existed. And I made, there was another Discord I had a long time ago called something else. And this one was built for me, and I just stepped in the car. So I'm driving this car that somebody else built, in a sense. And then, it's if there's some type of community that it sounds like a clan, actually. Oh well, this I don't I guess it's digital turf or something. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so the sellers are coming in there like clockwork. There you go. It was a rally on the 15. It's kind of a reversal in RSI, actually. If you want to count this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 period reversal, right? These guys are conflated and they're confirmationed. It's a confluent situation. This is this. Then, if this comes down, it's going to be, we can also speculate, this comes down here. Can the price come down, make a new low? RSI probably won't. We get divergence. So it'll be the next price pulse we could predict here manually. or are we going to flip above here? So we've really only got two choices, and I'm going to put the most extreme price pulse on there. We want it to happen really quickly. Okay, another sell-off. Look at it's selling off. They were right. Oh my God, everybody was right about the cloud trade. We pulled the trigger there. Oh man, look at that. We sold just like when we were supposed to. The robot sold. He's up. He's up on the trade right now. He sold the rally into blue. He nailed it. I don't think I scalped out at one ticket here so far, so we're still underwater. We're buying. Buy more down here. And we're just going to add on limits. That's the trade plan. That's it. That's how that works. Now, can you lose on this? Yeah. Can you make money on this? Yes. Could you have sold here and made money? The question when you sell here is, was your target here? Were you cashing out as soon as you started to step out of here? Were you cashing out? Because if you didn't cash out of this, you basically left this on the table in that one move. So I should be buying at the market right here. This is the mini version of that. Getting trapped on this floor. Here's the double bottom floor trap here. The sellers are supposed to come in really hard now. Right? That's what's supposed to happen. It's top bottom stuff, you know. So I said that once in a video. People take this one idea. They think there's one trade. There's not one trade. There's like 5 different, 10 different kind of trades you could do. Right? Would you sell here? All right. So you're either going to buy this plunge, buy 1K, 2K, 20K, 40K, $1 million. You cash out. That's the trade. Or you've made money here, but in the long run, you want to ride this to here. Well, you're going to have to leave some tickets open, or you could donate your whole life to just doing this trade, because the outcome is pretty much certain. It's just the size. So if you want to buy from here down, you buy this whole plunge. You could cash out this, or you could stay with behind door number 3. So let's make a deal. Or are you going to do, you perceive this whole auction is going to take this thing all the way up and top tick Tommy this, and now you're going to get out on that. This all depends on how much money you're going to risk, how many trades you're going to do. Do you have time for this shit? It never made it to this high, by the way. Having a sell limit above here and saying, dude, if it did, it didn't. It doesn't always do what you think it's going to do. The trend traders are short right now, and when are they going to say, this trade isn't working out? Then they have to buy it back. Is that going to be what we're going to see here as the fuel of people deciding that, oh, I guess the trend's over? Not everybody's in the same trade. The market's not being driven by one view. There's people in for different reasons, the time of day it is. If you go to the 4-hour chart, are you going to say, well, these guys, I mean, 4-hour traders are buying because it's, well, we just completed the 4-hour chart, by the way, at the top of the hour on this broker. So we have a extreme reason. We have a reason to buy the market on the 4-hour basis at the market, because at the market, if you bought every down bar, you know that you're only going to do 6 trades that day. In a 24-hour period, there's only 6 4-hour bars. So if you only buy the down bars, it's going to have to drop. And it totally could drop. But what's the chance of that? So that's a trade plan. These are all trade plans. There is not one fucking... although you think there would be from the harmonic traders, people that have all this shit that's, oh, the planets align this and that. Now you're really going to load up on this one trade? Who's doing that? Like, this is ridiculous. And Not to mention, is your fucking target going to be amazingly the exact point of turnaround? Now, you could say if you bought this plunge here and you find yourself in this trade long and you're like, holy shit, the trend traders, I'm just going to sit back and let the trend traders take this fucker up. And when it gets to about this wick, I cash out because I know there'll be a pullback off this top. There'll be pullbacks off of that so-called supply, retest of this, whatever you want to call it. There's always going to be a pullback. But if you're going to buy into this top, become a bottom into the, this is like your perfect fucking trend trader entry. Any pullback into the four, this is also a 1 period moving average. All the moving averages agree, right? From the 1 to the 5, you're in blue, be a seller. Now, structurally, it could be a problem, right? You say you got a signal here. I should be short. 15-minute chart though. 15-minute chart is wishy-washy. It may go through 3 hours in one direction, 8 hours in one direction, then the next thing you know, it turns on you like a Doberman. It's not your trends. The friend's not your trend. The friend is never your trend. You don't look for friends for trends. You know, this is what happens to people. And you're wearing a mask in the car. And this is why you... So this is a resistance here, support here for the moment on the 15. But that's that. And we're just waiting to see if the trend on the 15 is going to stay in place. And I'm betting against it by buying into this plunge. And that's that. I don't have anything else. There's nothing we can do about it either, by the way. Oh, we can delete all the tickets or close the account. Right, we do that. But like I said, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. Still waiting to get filled here in the British pound. Still dead in the water here. Bitcoin, I'm waiting for this to come down and fill my Bitcoin tickets. So Bitcoin gets its ass kicked. And people are astonished, right? This is the top tick Tommy when we went into the last fractal is the opening of the ETFs. Ouch. Or maybe it's before that, but it is up there, right? Anything above this fractal, you got to figure is not the time to be a big buyer. I don't think that's a good trade plan. But hey, you know, it could go up and take out that high, but now you got to wait. You're underwater by like 20 grand here going on. Okay, it's going to take a while to come back. Brutal. Gold looks like it's that's the 1 hour chart, but here's gold on the daily. Gold took a hit. On the weekly, gold's at a nice discount. Oil looks like it could still kind of meander. It looks great on the 4 hour chart. Looks like a buy. Stock market looks like it's crawling off the floor here. Okay, the euro's coming back. It is now the half hour charts. We're going to go to, let's go to the 15. But the half hour is going to update here. And I guess you could say we got divergence on the half hour. And the half hour is better signal than the 1 hour because it's more data. It's smoothed by the fact that time's passing. That's all you need. This is a long, extended divergence, but... And you can see the signal clearer on here. And these are better signals because you got a divergence into a 1, 2, 3, 4 period reversal beautiful 4-period reversal. Less trades here, but I suppose higher quality, right? You don't, the 15-minute gives you a sell here, but you don't get no sell here in the half hour. And this is still the target, same target as the 15. So the half hour and the 15 close enough together. Close enough for a rock and roll at least, and that's going to be it, Got to get back to here, cash out, and then depending on how much this cashes out, or if I do cash these out, I'll come in immediately with limits again. So that the technique is to, if you do scalp out, this comes to here, RSI comes up, you scream into the floor. Depending on the size you end up with, now I can come back with limits and saying, you know what, I got extra free margin now, and I'm going to get in. I'm going to get in. See, they found out I'm trading. Doesn't take long. Okay, I'm going to delete objects, start over. All right. 15-minute chart has updated, and so has the half hour. So the sellers are going to have to buy back their shorts if this sell signal is no good, and they got buy stops here, which is supposedly what's going to fuel the big buy run, is they're going to start stop hunting, but that just creates, so I don't understand this stop hunt thing, because if people have if people buy here with sell stops, yeah, it's fueling it. There's more sellers, but it's only when they're stop hunting your, so if you're short right now and you have sell stops here, yeah, they're going to go after and crush those. But there's people that stops here, sell stops here, and buy stops here. Some people, not everybody has that same trade going. This is harebrained. I say it's cheap right now coming in, and we're trapped under this floor. This is how I see it, this price. Back to this pivot, and then people cash out. Or this guy's right, it is a sell. We expect to take this out and keep tumbling down. And if that happens, then I'm going to go more underwater. I'm going to buy more into this, and that's just how it is. So it's pretty simple. You just have to accept this fact. It's like guys can't have kids, okay? They can't give birth. Metaphysical situations you have to accept, and I know that people don't want to accept this because they think they can just imagine that they're a different person and that they were thrown into a mirrorless van randomly. The story of the inner world. It's called the trilogy, right? The Hobbit. Hobbit forex. I guess Hobbit's trademarked. You can't have Hobbit forex. So this would be the moment of truth, so to speak. It's almost Europe's going to open, and the market is really down. The 4 hour says, wow, hard down 4 hour. No signal in RSI. So RSI is going to be a little tough to make money in the 4 hour here, you see, because this is more about these smash and grabs. The wicks up here, the wicks down there, the wicks up here. So it's wick trading in the 4 hour for me. I'm going to say, let's sell up here and let's buy down here. I'm not thinking, okay, well, that's a good, I like to sell here on this trend trade. I can't even imagine, dude. There's so much shit going on that I'm not waiting for that trade, by the way, or this pullback because it's yellow on the 4 hour. I just think it would be ridiculous, but I probably wouldn't even run this. I'm just running this for people like to see this shit. So I wouldn't never trade. I don't really trade with indicators, but this is for people that do. I guess on the 1 hour it does make sense. On the half hour it makes sense because now you're like you have a 5 period on the 1 hour. Okay, but on this you'd have to have like a 1 period moving average on the 4 hour. A 2 period, super tight because it's like, oh my god, like. What a mess. Okay, the 15-minute traders are right. It's tanking again. So they're right. The 15-minute, and I guess the 4 hour guys, right? You sold here, you're waiting. You're waiting for it to take this out, which is only 15 pips, 10, 15 pips away. So that's possible to keep tanking. But that's what we do. We buy. I'm just buying into this Monday morning sell-off, I guess you call it. I'm just buying into it, scaling in, because there's no other choice for me. I'm not going to keep waiting for the RSI to give me a signal and pull the trigger, and I'm just like, okay, we already got in pretty heavy, and let's get in more. I got the margin to do it. Got $5,800 of free margin. And if it tanks into these tickets, it's going to be a very good trade. A 15-minute robots are making money. They sold here. They've been making money for 15 minutes. Looks like they're going to cash out. Another great sell by the trend traders. And another buy for me. So now I'm going to put more buy limits in. Got till 3 o'clock in the morning to get filled on this stuff. Okay, so you're up about, it looks like you're up about 4 pips right now if you sold here. And I'm putting a massive, here's a nice tight, 16 pips to make 20. So we just got to slam down about 8 pips. I figure the robot's going to peel 8 pips, and he's probably going to start buying back his shorts as soon as you start making new lows here. So every new low deserves a retracement. We didn't pick up any new tickets, though. So it looks like whatever we got filled on limits, and the sellers are winning for 15 minutes. There's a 5-minute cloud selling here. And you got to cash out on these new lows, otherwise, what's the point of that trend trade, right? You got to know when the trend's not your friend. Okay, so you sold here and you did that trade, right? Are you going to add to the sell? Was it such a great trade? And now it might have stopped me out, but I don't think it did. It could have stopped me out and we picked up a new ticket because I got more limits sitting down there. But buying at 4 hours on the 4-hour chart, so we've been long from a market order. We would have been for the last almost 40 minutes. Big giant sell-off into the beginning of the week here. The 1-hour chart is, I guess this was your 1-hour trade. Nice, cute, powerful 2-period reversal. It's a cute one. Right there, 1-2 period. The bottom becomes a top in the blue cloud. You're short, you made about 12 pips there. Right, that was a great. Now the robot has to take its 12 pips and run there, right? Because how long do you think that's going to last? I mean, I'm buying like all the way down here. This is the next 20 pips. I'm betting my whole account Like I said, everybody's account, my neighbor's account. This is such an obvious deep discount price. And we have to wait. Alright, so I'm just going to have to stop the video. I would pause it and come back and turn it on, but then I forgot. Look at that 5-minute chart. So I hope you took your, there's a 15, I hope you took your profits on that. There's a robot fucks up. He sells here and he doesn't take profits down here at the new low. So you can't just let these, you can't just turn on some trend system and let it go. It's not going to work. So by top of the hour, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., we got to be up here, cashing out. These guys are going to have to buy back their short. If they didn't cash out here, it's going to start coming after them. It's like watching that guy trade. Matt Trades. I was watching this Matt Trades futures. He's like, yeah, I should have got out. They're going to stop me out. Yeah. Like he sold here. He's like, yeah, I should probably get out of this trade. Well, if you let them stop you out, which is what I do, I just never say that. Actually, if I really believed in it, I'd be selling right now. You know, I'm selling here, damn it. This is even better. I'm going to dollar cost average. So I'm rooting for the retracement here. I don't have a choice. We're going to sit back and have to wait for it to happen. So that's it's $1.1280. Still worth more than the United States dollar. I always wonder what makes these currencies the price they are. I guess we're just stuck at these prices, and then there's a battle. So wherever we find ourselves in the battle of price, and like a hot potato, you know, it goes from one session to the next. Tomorrow they love it. Next Tuesday they hate it. There's no day of the week. There's no time of the day that you can count on a particular behavior. Anything can happen in the market. As long as you believe anything can happen, then you're prepared for anything to happen. But having these ridiculous people that are taking this mentorship from goofball ICT, if it's Tuesday and it's 6 in the morning and no, there's just no 70% of the time. These are just dangerous. Hard. What you're doing is trying to fit rules like, you step on a crack, you break your brother's back. You can't just have a list of practical tips and suggestions. Okay, this is the big problem with the Marxists. That you're going to teach people every chair. Why Johnny Can't Think by Leonard Peikoff, the intellectual heir to Ayn Rand. Think about it. You can't teach people like this is what is that? Well, that's a chair. That's a stool. That's a Barco lounger. That's a lazy boy. Dude, if you don't know what the conception of a chair is, so the function, just the basic function of that, the concept of buying low, it's not This is what it is. Buy low, sell high. People get that. They know what a table looks like compared to a chair. So there's different kinds of tables. You'd have to learn every table. The see-say method is what fucking has destroyed people's minds. And so they can't think conceptually. They can't think in principles. And then they come to the trading thing, and you got these Gartley patterns and all this shit, and people are trained to like, well, is that a cipher or a bat wing? A bat wing? So you're waiting for a bat wing pattern to show up. What do you think, you're in Harry Potter fucking movie? I just don't get it. How low is too low? How high is too high? And are we talking about prices above us? Could the market go up 100 pips today? So if you have this bias, and this is the other thing with the bias stuff, which is kind of like everything has a double-edged sword. So I have a bias. Well, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I guess it's a good thing if if you can see what you think's going to happen, and you're taking a stance at the market. I'm supposing if you have a bias. Although you could have a bias that you see what the bias is. Oh, looks like bias is down today. Well, if I saw that and I didn't want to babysit the fucking market, I would just put in limits and walk away. Oh, I heard the bias is down today. Well, let's see if that's true. If the bias is up today, maybe put in tight buy limits. If the bias is down today, I have really wide buy limits, deep canvas. I mean, so if you buy low, sell high, how high and how low? For how long and how much? It's not enough to say buy low. Well, how much? How many times? And when do I get out? When it starts to go up, of course, right? So, or do I just keep buying low, like you said? And at the end of the week, it'd be so funny if you had a trading course like that. Okay, today's exercise is going to be buy low. Well, you'd have to wait for it to go lower to make a more better entry, right? So you're waiting for it to go lower. You're scaling in. Now, it's not to say you're not going to destroy the account because you bought too much and you waited only 5 seconds for a lower price as opposed to waiting 5 days for a lower price. So you can't just, although by the luck of the market is somehow retracing, and when it starts to go higher, you don't like. So the other thing is that, well, at least in the United States, they made it so because people started to get so dumb. Maybe they wised up that they could hedge. I still don't get why you can't hedge. I remember first in, first out. Well, as Americans just can't focus on more than one thing at a time. See, we have to break it down to like, you can have another ice cream after you eat that ice cream. You can't have 2 ice creams. You can't be scaling in and having a big fucking ice cream truck. You just can't. And why is that? Well, you just can't. Like, it's just you having too much fun. They're about to crush these guys that sold on the moving average crossover system here. And they kind of ruined it. But maybe people were confused. They couldn't imagine being 20% short and 40% long. Or, whatever the 60-80. So 60-40 kind of thing. Whatever the offset was. Oh, look at that. They came and sold it again there, damn it. So they're fighting this big battle here. Big battle on the European Open. And another thing, is it really going to help you if you make more money trading than you did in your other career? Or did you make enough? Is it too much work? Is it too stressful? So all that stuff. And now that people can trade from their house, listen, the ICT had this where he goes off on these. So I guess what you're paying for is his dreaming about idealistic utopian shit. So he says, And he's got some music behind it. I don't know if the guy who put the music behind it, but he has this kind of grandiose, epic music, slow waltzing Matilda shit. And it's like, dude, wow. I mean, even Tony Robbins seminars aren't that kind of dreamy, like hopeful. Everything's going to be fine. So it looks like the trend traders have the ball again. They're taking it down on the 15. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. So a little sell here. I just saw a little sell signal on RSI. I don't know if it's going to produce anything, but we see a 2-period reversal. More oversold. Higher price. All right, classic. I mean, more overbought at a lower price, sorry. And, but getting a divergence, so all sorts of doji, kind of quiet, choppy-woppy. Nobody's really winning or losing in the next few minutes here. We need some resolve to this situation. All a bunch of zigzags. Okay, it's nappy time. I have to go back to my full meditation, Kundalini. I gotta stand on my head, and I don't want to give away too many secrets of my trading. How I'm able to pick the lows and highs so expertly. But here are a couple checklists. What you're going to need is you need a mirrorless van, even if it's only a minivan. And you're going to need some incense. I recommend some candles, especially if you're a candlestick trader. You want some real candles in the room. Probably get some aromatherapy. This is where stuff smells good, and it makes you trade better. And for the real masochist, I think a bed of nails. This is the way to tune your mind to going underwater on the trade. Well, look at the trend traders are nailing it here. That reversal's paying off here. Look at this. Maybe get a new low coming at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll even get some more limits to fill here. So sit back and watch them come into my limits. Is kind of the approach here. But yeah, you have to have the special decoder ring, ICT decoder ring, mentorship badge. So you show up, and if you come to the Robbins Cup, which you actually get a cup for your balls too. I thought the Robbins Cup was some type of special. Oh, look at this! It's making new lows. So trend traders nailed it again. Oh, a special titanium cup if you win. I'm on the leaderboard. Look, I'm up on this trade. Oh man, they just didn't quite fill me down there. I think they will though. I think they're going to take it lower. We got until U.S. markets open to bid it down to get my full tilt fill here. We'll put it to 26 pip targets in now. 28 pips down here. These are just giant. If this fills down here, it's gonna, in the 6 hours, this is going to be a giant trade. Okay, 15-minute guys are just making money every 10 minutes, it looks like. This new low. It's all crazy here. It's getting very frisky. People freaking out about the Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin here. Oh, Bitcoin's getting hammered. Looks like Bitcoin's going down the tubes here. Yeah, the stocks. It looks like it'll be a bloodbath. Dollars. I'm just using the Swiss franc here. The dollars looks like it's going to pop up here. I'm betting on the euro tanking. I'll go with the trend traders on this one. Looks like they got it right. I got a 2-period reversal. And I got an hour left. 1 hour left in the As it coming down. I'd love to see this thing just smack into these. Looks like I'm going to get my wish here. Smash and grab. Okay, they're up. These trend traders are up 8 pips on this thing. Spread is at half a pip, so these guys are up a whole like 4 pips, I think. These so-called trend traders on the 15. My tickets aren't close enough here, but there's so many. I got so much risk here. If it spikes down, it just whips down here real fast. We're approaching the highs, the lows from Friday. I think it might get a nice spike down. Autofill. Never have to pull the trigger on these trades. That's the beauty. The beauty of it all. Yep, that's it. So I expect them to spike it down, rip it back. We'll see what happens. I'm at 8,009. 8,009 bucks. 5-minute traders are coming into this now, buying the close onto this floor. I would definitely lock that in, buying the close underneath the double bottom. Here's our big target. We haven't reached yet. Is the original floor we're trying to come back to. Maybe there's news coming out here. Spike it down. It could be news coming out. I mean, it is 2 o'clock in the morning. Europe's about to open. All right, this is going to be the big smash, possible smash and grab here. Right at the top of the hour. Half hour's updating. Getting a little divergence there. Five pips. 5 pip winners for the 3 pip winners for the sellers here on the 15. This guy's a winner. Reversal. Trying to make 10 pips to here, and then 20 to the Asian bottom. Oh, just picked up a few tickets there. Lost 1 ticket and picked up a little bit of margin. And it's almost top of the hour. Buying low again. By default. I think I'll buy some at the market. So my real money, I'm going to buy at the market. This demo account, I'm going to trade at the proper limit strategy. Okay, let's lock something in here since we're under the floor. On that 5-minute chart, we are just down 5 minutes, because 5 minutes ago we bought below, and we would buy here at the top of the hour below. But we have so many limits down here that the danger is that we're going to spike down and run out of margin. 6-hour tickets. Get to pick the price here, which is the way to go. Pick your own price. Make your own auction. And you got 45 seconds left. There probably is some news coming out, but that doesn't matter to me. It's obvious what's going on in the market, I think, so the price speaks for itself. 20 seconds. Possibly news coming out here. Yeah, that's a high probability. But markets are going to open over there. If there is no news, but there's typically news on the open. That's when the stop hunters come out. Here we go. Gonna go right spike down the tubes now. Autofill. The trend traders are up about 6 pips now, maybe. Plenty of free margin left. Well, top of the hour there. It's come and gone. We're almost 1 minute in. Buying it, I just bought at the market there. The real money. This thing auto-filled another 50K, so that's good. So it's either going to tank here and blow up the account, or it's going to retrace. That's all there is to it. Half hour says 15 has divergence on it right now. Kind of a triple divergence. Take these three lows here. I gotta get back to this price. This is my big target. So that took a while. So it takes a long time. This is 1 hour and 17 minutes in this trade, in this video. Still tanking. Gotta wait for the 5-minute traders to step in here and start buying it. All right, they bought this trap out of the floor on the 5. So they just came to my tickets. Looks like we could drop some more now. Got another hour. We could still come down another 20 pips. Let's hope they do. And that's it. Just buy low. That's my only plan right now. Looks like just about to tip the scales here and go lower on the 1 hour. So every half hour it's down. I'm gonna buy it. So kind of just buying automatically. Five minutes is up. I would buy another one here. Every 5 minutes it's below this price, I'm going to be buying it. But I don't have to worry on this demo because it just limits all the way down. So I don't like to do that. I mean, if I get the right size here, Just trying to get the Goldilocks sizing. Use about $4,000 of margin. If this thing drops, we're gonna start getting into a heavy amount of margin usage. And you got 30 seconds left in this 5-minute sell-off. So 30 seconds to pull the trigger and lock in this price. A deep discount. It picked up another 40K, I think. Some of these orders are overlapped. They're really big. And this is, it says 4K, but that's per ticket, so it's 4 times 3. These are like 10Ks, these drops. 10K. There you go, it's 5 minutes after, and another successful buy at deep discounts. 15 minutes, still dripping down. U.S. markets open in 4 hours. Oh, not open in 4 hours, but 6 o'clock in the morning is coming in 4 hours, so that'll be some crazy town. People are going to lose their minds. The volatilities could probably be still pretty crazy. Bitcoin, people are going to wake up. People that don't watch the markets. News comes out. Crude oil took a good hit, so gasoline dropped in price. The pressure's kind of off there. These are all hard to sustain prices. Just don't last forever. All right, so I'm counting on the retrace. Commencing now on the 5-minute chart. We locked in here 5 minutes after we bought a pant load. Last 10 minutes below this floor, we bought a pant load. The scalpers are going to cash out now on this floor. Are the sellers going to come in on this cloud, this blue cloud on the 5? Good luck with that. The guy that sold up here, he's a genius. Genius sell. If you didn't cash out in the new lows, you're a fucking idiot. Just straight out moron. Are the sellers going to come in here? You got a double bottom becoming a top in a blue cloud. Are you going to sell here too? As I used to say, let me know how that works out for you. Are you gonna base your trade here? Look at, I'm getting a reversal on the 1 hour. Half hour. But he's divergence, right? Divergence into a reversal. Maybe it is a sell. This was a brilliant sell. Remember when you sold up here? You got that reversal. Are you still short? Are you going to wait for it to come back here before you decide, uh-oh, I guess it's not going to reverse there. This is going to be a bad trade. Uh-oh. So it's a 4 hour drama here. But I'm not going to be through here the whole, I'm not going to sit here for 4 hours, but you see what I'm saying. A 15-minute robots. They needed to cash out down there. Real bad. Right, new low. Another thing, buying underneath this, locking in there, come in there, okay. Hey, people are cashing out right there. You can see it. Look at the tick chart pull back. It's no surprise. Look at sellers. People cashed out. They're like, you know what? We just made that. Right, somebody did that trade. all these. So the real big moves are going to take maybe 2 days. I'm looking for this to be like a 6-hour trade, a 1-hour trade. Five-minute chart. We're about to update the 5-minute chart here in 20 seconds. Sellers need to come in. The trend trader's got a double bottom in a sell mode, right? Well, these sells worked out, didn't they? Oh yeah, that's why we bought the system. That's why we bought this trend system. My neighbor's making money with it. I don't know why I'm not. I do all the trades he does. I'm not making the same kind of money. Something's weird. Something's wrong. I think I got defective software. Template's not working. Look at just like clockwork. Sellers right there. So far, this system's been working really good for me. I sell right there. Yep. Let's count the money. It's 5-minute chart. Sold, sold, sell, 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 sell again. Just can't sell enough. Bias is down. It's blue. You remember what the rule book said? If it's blue at 2 o'clock in the morning, sell. You remember what the journal said? We wrote it. Remember the first 5 years of the mentorship? Remember I told you never look at a real chart for the first 10 years. You need to stay. You need to just say. That's called the mantra. You keep blue sell, yellow buy. You just keep saying that. After about 5 years of that, we'll let you out. We'll let you in front of the terminal. You'll be able to press the buttons, and you can just be like a super trend trader. Or how about mega? Make trend trading great again. That's what we'll do. We'll hook you up. Yep, your future looks really bright. I think you're going to be good at this. My mentorship includes a lot of praise. You know, we say stuff like, there you go. You can do it. There you go. So we have affirmation tapes on cassette. You're going to have to get a cassette player. And it goes something like this. I'm just going to give you a preview of what our mentorship affirmations are. There you go. That's an order block. You can see order blocks. I can see order blocks. You do know what turtle soup is. I do know what turtle soup is. You know what an optimal trade entry is. Yes, I know what an optimal trade entry is. All right, so far you graduated Module 1. So we're going to take you to Phase 9. And you'll be a charter member, which means you'll be able to get on the good ship Lollipop. Like charter a flight, like charter a plane. Just the word charter kind of makes you feel like, you know. What you're paying for here is the feeling of being mentored. It's a different kind of mentorship. Yeah, well, we'd like to come home and see what you're eating for dinner because this really affects your trading, you know, your performance. Especially if you're a sniper. If you're one of these snipers that has a big, you're trigger happy sniper. We got drugs for that. All sorts of shit you can do to change your mood if you're not in a good mood trading. Okay, where are the sellers? Where's the bears? Where's the trend traders? Why aren't they defending this double bottom? Can't they see this as a downtrend bias? Okay. That trend system that you bought Did you say that we just took a sell here? What am I? Is there an echo in here? I already told you. It said bias is down, sell. Okay. Just wait for 15 minutes after. I'll wait 30 seconds to pull the trigger because I'm getting confirmation. Of course, I kind of took out this low. We're kind of denying this top-bottom theory right now, but you just ignore that fact. As long as you got the blue, you're good to go. Yeah, I'm going to wait 10 seconds to pull the trigger here. The robots are going to sell that downtrend on the 5-minute. Okay, they just sold. But wait a minute. We just went into an uptrend, so now what? I mean, it just went change color, so now what? Uh-oh. Maybe it is going to retrace. Maybe that was the bottom. Some guy said the low is in. The low is in on Bitcoin. And then so the guy says, I think it can still tank. I'm like, yeah, I think it can still tank. Let's take a look at Bitcoin just for curiosity's sake. Yeah, it looks fragile. Looks like Bitcoin's going to take another dippity-do. Like we're going to go down here. So Bitcoin goes down to here. I would definitely buy it. I put buy limits on Bitcoin all the way to 30,000. Now think about that. That's a $30,000 sell off from the tippity top. Holy mackerel. That is brutal. 15-minute robots should be selling this rally into blue. They sold this one and it made money. They sold here. They sold here. Here's a 2-period reversal, which made, you know, it did make this price pulse move. You could have cashed out. But then its divergence from here. It's very choppy. Sellers are coming in here. They're short, they're going short again. But is it going to flip? Is it going to just just get all away from them? Is there too much pressure going the other way on the larger time frames? The 1 hour has been going down for 3 hours straight. Here's the 4-hour chart. 1 hour chart. Half hour. 15. So the 1 hour chart. Trying to make it back to ultimate target's going to be up there. First target would be the big crush down. So that lonely wick's going to be my big cash out. Depending how much that cashes out, if it does, will determine. And right now I would do it, actually. Put the limits in right now. And these are pretty wide. This is a 5-pip window. I want to buy that again if we retap. So I'm already planning ahead. So since I know I'm not going, this is a demo account. I'm going to let that thing go up. But since I have extra margin now, I feel like, you know what, let's buy that if it tanks again. And this is a sizing. The critical thing here is the sizing. Because I'm going to add to this trade. Like, if this tanks again, yeah, because I'd rather be in $4,000 of margin for that retracement. And I don't want to let go of anything I'm in until we get to to here, and I can actually leave these pending sitting there so that if later on when U.S. markets open, that is smashing down and people losing their minds again, and then I can buy that again, right, for another cycle retrace. So here's the 5. Trying to get to this for that cash out. I know none of this is going to cash out because I didn't write any 5 pip targets, but I could have, and I could have made those. I could have made these 10K, this would have been a 30K with a 5 pip target, and I would. So I'd make this. If this is a big ticket, it would have a very tight target, and I'd already be cashed out of something there, right? Just from the sheer fact that we bought below here, we locked it in, now we just dump out, and that's a 10-minute trade, and you're out. That could be it, and then rinse and repeat, do the same trade over and over again. And it's 5 after, a quarter after. 15-minute chart. Alrighty then, that's that. It's been a whole fucking, it's been real. That's what the kids used to say. These are old phrases. If you're old, you'd understand. Oh, it's been real, man. Yeah. Yeah. Or people used to say kudos. Well, what's kudos? I don't know. Cooties. I get the hour and 36 minutes of complete nonsense. Oh, I forgot the disclaimer. Make sure you don't put your hand in the garbage disposal when it's on because you think you left your favorite fork in there or your favorite ice cream spoon lodged in the garbage disposal. Pro tip number 58. You're going to need your fingers to pull the trigger on these trades, so garbage disposal safety is not talked about a lot, and I just want to public service announcements, PSA. Careful around the disposal because it's more dangerous than people think. Fire Marshal Bill even does a lot of stuff with this. Another PSA. Yeah, it's going to be high drama, COVID drama, market drama, oil's up, oil's down, gold, silver. Get your presents off the beach. Truckers are going to go on strike. People are escaping the concentration camps of the COVID quarantines. Never a dull moment. Okay. So it's Monday. Cross your fingers for the retracement. Pray to God you don't get stopped out of these trades.